As a result of increasing sea levels throughout the world, a number of significant metropolitan areas are in danger of being flooded. If you do not feel directly threatened by rising sea levels, are experiencing water shortages, or are being destroyed by wildfires, it may be difficult to accurately comprehend the effects of global warming. How can you know that it is in fact taking place? It's possible that everything will appear to be a bit vague. In this video, we are going to examine the top 9 cities that are at risk of being submerged in water by the year 2030. Just wait till you see the top 3. They are something that you probably haven't ever considered. Therefore, you really must stay tuned until the very end. Now let's get right down to business. At 9, Savannah, Georgia, USA. The city of Savannah, which is located in Georgia, is in a high-risk area for hurricanes. But even if there aren't any major weather events, the land around the old city still has a chance of being consumed by the sea on all sides. The Savannah River in the north and the Ogeechee River in the south could both overflow into the nearby marshland, which means that when hurricanes and flash floods do hit the city, and by 2050, it is predicted that the city will experience once-per-century historical flood levels every year. The effects may be even more severe. This is because the Savannah River and the Ogeechee River could both spill out into the nearby marshland. In Georgetown, Guyana, at 8 o'clock, the city of Georgetown, which is the capital of Guyana, has relied on seawalls, or more specifically, one enormous seawall that is 280 miles long, for protection against hurricanes for generations. This is due to the fact that the majority of the shoreline is between 0.5 and 1 meter below sea level at high tide. It is estimated that almost 90% of Guyana's population lives along the shore. As you can see, the nation will need to significantly strengthen its seawall in order to protect Georgetown's central regions from suffering significant damage. Up next at 7 o'clock, we have Bangkok, Thailand. According to the findings of a research conducted in the year 2020, Bangkok may be the city that is most severely impacted by global warming in the near future. The capital of Thailand is barely 1.5 meters above sea level, and similar to Venice, it is sinking, except much quicker, by around 2 to 3 millimeters a year. Venice is known for its sinking. However, the city of Bangkok is constructed on very dense clay soil, which makes it even more susceptible to floods than it already was. By the year 2030, it is possible that the majority of the coastal regions of Tarkham and Samut Prakan, as well as the city's primary airport, Suvarnabhumi International, may be submerged underwater. And now it's 6 in the evening in Kolkata, India. Because of its rich soil, a significant portion of West Bengal has been prosperous for hundreds of years. The chart, however, demonstrates that this has become a major source of concern in Kolkata and the areas surrounding it. It is possible that the city would experience difficulties during the rainy season, similar to Ho Chi Minh City, because there is less ground for the rainfall to drain off onto. Even more worrisome is this map, which depicts the likely state of affairs in the year 2100. At 5, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. The map provided by Climate Central reveals that the parts of Ho Chi Minh City that are most at danger are its eastern districts, and especially the low-lying, densely populated marshland area known as 2TM. On the other hand, it appears that the city's safety near the Mekong Delta will come under growing danger. Even while it seems doubtful that the core of Ho Chi Minh City would be submerged by the year 2030, the city will almost certainly be more susceptible to floods and tropical storms as a result of climate change. At 4, Venice, Italy. In the not-too-distant future, Venice will be confronted with a dual danger. The city itself is sinking by 2 millimeters per year, while the sea level continues to rise around it. The capital of Venice has already been severely impacted by floods, and it is anticipated that the frequency of high tides that cause it to be submerged will rise as a result of climate change. Flood defenses are already in place in Venice, just like they are in New Orleans. But if the situation continues to deteriorate, maintaining these flood defenses will become more challenging and expensive. At 3, we'll be in New Orleans in the United States. Do you see those jagged, thick gray boundaries on the map that surround the city's core? The city is protected from the swarm of red that is piling up from Lake Maurepas in the north, as well as from Lake Salvador and Little Lake in the south. by this system of levees that the city has constructed. Rising sea levels pose a significant danger to New Orleans, which might be much worse if not for these barriers. However, even with them, it appears that the damage will be devastating. At number 2, we have the city of Basra in Iraq. Basra is the most important port city in Iraq, and it is located on the Shatt al-Arab, a massive and broad river that empties into the Persian Gulf. Basra and the territories around it are particularly susceptible to the rising sea level because of the complex network of canals and streams that run through the city, in addition to the marshland that is located nearby. And as if that weren't concerning enough, Basra already has a severe problem with infections that are transmitted by water, which means that greater floods poses even more substantial risks. And last but not least, in first place, the Netherlands, Amsterdam. There is a good reason why people refer to these places as the Low Countries. Low, flat, and relatively near to the North Sea are the characteristics shared by Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague. When looking at these forecasts of sea level rise, it appears that the flood defense system of the Netherlands, which consists of dikes, dams, barriers, levees, and floodgates, will become even more important in the years to come. The Dutch are famous for their flood defenses. Cities that may be submerged underwater by the year 2030. What you observed left an impression on you. Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to tell your friends to watch this video, and if you want to see more amazing travel tips like this one, subscribe to our channel. That will do for the time being. Until we meet again.